All right, Jim, thank you. Of course, we had to deal with storms last night, and a tree believed to be more than 200 years old crashed to the ground last night, damaging tombstones in a historical cemetery.
Revolutionary War heroes, 6 governors, and a number of church clergy are buried there. And as News 19's Clark Foraker shows us, the church is cleaning up the tree and trying to preserve one of the most historical sites in South Carolina.
A piece of history literally fell from the sky.
It's approximately 200 years old.
One of the major branches came down. There was some damage to tombstones. Many of the gravestones are old, dating from the 19th century and maybe a little bit fragile.
Doak Wolf with Trinity Episcopal Church says the oaks growing on the church's campus are more than 2 centuries old, older than the church building itself. Crews are working to clean up a limb from an oak that fell during high winds and damaged part of the grounds.
We have people who are skilled in repairing those tombstones. Many of the graves that are affected are ancestors of people who are still members of the parish.
In fact, the church has won awards for the efforts it's taken to preserve the oaks. Despite its efforts, though, this is the second limb that's fallen from this tree this year.
We've spent a good bit of effort in preserving them and making sure that they stay healthy and making sure that the structural supports get any assistance they need.
Despite their efforts, this fallen limb damaged not only grave sites, but the church's historical sign as well.
It's really like we lost a member of our congregation when we lose a part of a tree like that that's been so much to the life of all of us who've been here all our lives.
Jim Sims is the cemetery administrator at Trinity. He says they've made sure there are no other loose limbs on the tree.
We just look forward to the next 200 years for that tree.
The permanent things are not our buildings and our trees.
But even with the fallen branch, the memories remain forever. In Columbia, Clark Foraker, News 19 WLTX.
The church says once they have finished making sure the tree has no other loose limbs, they'll work on mending broken tombstones.
Now, some of the damaged tombstones belong to people who have relatives that are still members of that church.